First and foremost, the new development is really about people and about the community that exists at 𝘰𝘮 and the way the spaces and buildings support that community.
We've been planning for the project for the best part of a decade, and we do see it as a once-in-a-generation opportunity to encourage the different parts of the 𝘰𝘮 community to meet and to interact.
It's about interaction, sociability, and the life of the college and the way that supports the intellectual life here. The college has been here for over 400 years, and before that there was a priory. So we're very much aware of the new development as, if you like, another layer in this progressive transformation of the site, respecting the character of what's here and how that's evolved over time. We spent a lot of time understanding the character of the existing college spaces and the way they're interconnected. There's a unique sequence of informal and formal courts and gardens. So what we've been doing is really looking how the new scheme can knit into that existing network of spaces and routes that characterises the college at the moment. We're looking at the proportions of existing buildings, the materials, the touch and feel of what they're made of, the craftsmanship of the materials. The new development embraces the whole area from South Court through to Park Terrace and includes a new social hub, which is a cafe-type environment, a new college court at the heart of the development, which provides 50 new ensuite rooms for students and fellow accommodation. Then, on the Park Terrace frontage is Furnace Lodge, the 19th century villa. That has a new MCR, new teaching spaces and seminar spaces, and behind that will be the new college bar and event space, so new social facilities. Moving from Front Court through to Chapman's Gardens. The first thing you'll see is the new social hub, which sits in South Court in the location which used to be the college bar.
The hub will be a beautiful, light, open area, space for people to do informal study or to have supervisions or to meet friends. We've never had a space where people can mix throughout the day. We've lacked that sort of flexible, non-hierarchical space, and particularly a space that postdocs and researchers can use, because they're part of the community we haven't been able to offer much to in the past.
The new social hub is going to be fully glazed to Chapman's Gardens and the new landscape in South Court. We're planting pleached plane trees, which create a canopy and a sense of quite intimate scale to that space, and there'll be a reflecting pool of water. We started work on site in November last year, so we've been on site now for about 6 months, and following the exam period this year you'll see a lot more progress as the buildings move forward. The main residential part of the site is based around a new college court, and there are a series of 50 new ensuite rooms with also new accessible rooms, which is very important for the college, and a new accessible fellows suite, and all of those are designed around staircases in the traditional way with their own gyp rooms.
The front of Furnace Lodge will provide a new MCR. It will be a more flexible space. It will give the graduate community new facilities. There will also be seminar rooms, there'll be supervision rooms, an XU office. Front of Furnace Lodge will provide us with lots of things we desperately have needed for a long time.
And then behind Furnace Lodge, in what was the service wing, we're providing a new college bar, which is actually going to be a very characterful space. It's a double height space open to the roof, something of a barn-like volume. Part of a series of social spaces that we're creating, which you could imagine a bit more like a sort of traditional pub that has a number of different rooms and bars with different characters. So we have a principal college bar, but we also have a separate lounge bar, and we're creating a large new event space.
Sustainability has been key throughout. We set that as an absolutely core target for the architects, and all of the engineers have worked on the project. It will be a very green development.
The approach here has been very much about reducing the energy that's used within the buildings, and that's by what we call a fabric-first approach. So actually they're very well insulated, we're using the mass of the building to help cool it, and we're thinking very much in the long term about buildings which are here to stay. It's part of the benefits of being somewhere like Emmanuel, where it's very much all about long-term thinking.
And I mean, a great example of that is the ground source heat pump that we're told has an expected life of 200 years. It's a transformational project. We're hoping that all of these buildings are going to be here and in use for a very long time, for very many generations, and that we're putting something in place now that the college community will value and use for, I hope, centuries.
Buildings are either constraining or they're enabling. And obviously in good architecture, what you're trying to do is to help individuals, communities, society to live more fulfilling lives. What we're trying to do is create places that delight and are engaging physically and intellectually and are valued in the long term by the people who form this community.